Hi, this is Mel from Mesa, Arizona, and one of the people that watched one of my other videos asked if I could do a video on actually growing uh, avocados from a seed and kind of give the basics of how you would do that and how that works out. And so I've got kind of a few different things, a few different stages of the avocados growing here. Hopefully these planes flying over above me, kind of in a plane track here, won't interrupt the video too much. But there's lots of different kinds of avocados, different sizes. These are the ones you usually see at the store, the Hass avocados. And when you buy them, you don't want to buy them where the stem has been pulled off like that, because that can start ripening faster in that area and be softer and not as good if it sits there for too long after the stem has been pulled off. So you want to try to buy them where it has the stem still on there, and when you cut them off your own trees, try and cut them off with the stem like that, because then when you sit them on the counter and let them soften up to where they're ready to be eaten, then they won't be softer in that area. So on the basics, first off, you buy an avocado at the store, or you can get one from a friend, and you open it up. Now, they do have a skin around them like this, and as you can see here, I've removed the skin on this one. This one didn't want to remove. It was kind of tight, and so I didn't want to damage the pit, so I didn't remove the skin on that. But if at all possible, you want to remove that skin like you would on a mango pit, because that skin can cause it to mold faster if you don't get that skin removed. This is a Hass avocado, so you'd remove that pit right there, and this larger end at the bottom is the end that you want to put in the water or in the soil like that. Now, a lot of people will grow them in water like this. You want to change the water once in a while. If you look real close on this one, let me see if I can get it up close to the wall here so I can focus on it. You can see, let me shake it off here a second, that it's starting to get like a little bump on the bottom there where it might be putting out a root. And this one here kind of getting that same thing. These have only been in the water for about a month, so it can take 2 months, up to 2 months to get the root to start to grow on these things. And it can take several months to get the month after that. It takes 2 months to get roots on them, start growing roots on them, and it can take another month after that before you start to see this little tiny stem coming out of the top of here. You can see a little bit better on this one because it's sticking out there a little bit better, where the stem starts to come out the top. And after a while, it'll put on some green leaves like this one here, and then they'll get a little bit bigger. This one's about a 6-inch, so maybe 7, 8 inch tall avocado tree here. It's already got the green leaves on it. Now, they've got to get quite a bit bigger than this before you graft them or anything like that. But if you're not going to graft them, just going to grow the avocado completely from a pit like that to a tree, it can take 10 or more years to get them to develop and start growing fruit from a pit like that. Now, they're usually a little bit hardier and stronger avocado from a pit, but most of the time they will graft the tree. Now, if you look at this tree here, this is a reed avocado that I ordered online and got, and you can still see the pit at the top. You want to leave the pit out the top of the soil a little bit. Now, I've always started my trees in soil, not in the water like those ones there. Just when they're in the water like that, the roots in the plant have developed in water, and that's not normal. Normally they would develop in the soil. Like if an avocado falls off a tree and it gets in the ground, they would grow from the soil. So I prefer doing from the soil, but you can start them in the water like that if you want to see the roots growing and you want to see the production of how they grow and how they start. But you can see this one here. This is a reed avocado. It's about 14 inches tall, and it is a graft. Normally they would let it get a little bit bigger before they graft it. You can see how the stem at the bottom is greener than the stem at the top. And then this is a lamb Hass avocado. Now you can say it Hass avocado or Hass avocado. They pronounce it 2 different ways. But you can see right here where where it's grafted in that. Now, all these trees, it's going to take a while before they're going to start producing avocados, but the grafted ones here can produce a lot sooner. A healthy, well-fertilized, well-watered avocado tree can grow as much as 2.5 to 3 feet a year. And now you look at this one over here. This is one I got at Home Depot. It's actually 7 feet tall from the top of the pot. From the bottom of the pot, it's actually 8 feet tall. But it's growing fairly big. I may top it originally, eventually somewhere around this area here, top it off, and so that it's not getting too tall. Because when you top it off, you'll start getting more of these side branches like this, and not grow so tall. It depends on how big you want your tree to get. I'd like to keep them where I can still pick the fruit from the ground. I do have a picker that I can reach up higher if it gets a little bit taller than that. But you can see this one here is also a grafted avocado down here at the bottom. You can see that it's been grafted. And most of your trees are grafted. Let me get closer here a second. And you can see the V right there in it where it's been grafted. And this one down here is about a little over 3/4 inch round, and then above the graft it's about almost 3/4 inch round there too. And as I said, it's about 7 feet tall. The leaves are nice and green, so has good nutrients and everything. That's what you want to watch for. You want to watch, because if it starts to get brown on the tips and that, it means it's trying to tell you, hey, I need something more. And that, like this one here has got a tiny bit of tip burning on the tip. Sometimes it could be from the cold, sometimes it could be from the hot, but also it can be from different nutrients that it's lacking in. I like this reed here because it's wintertime right now, January, and it's actually putting out new leaves right now, this reed avocado that I got. Now, I went ahead and bought this 7 foot tall Zutano avocado. Now, Zutano's a type B, because I wanted the Zutano, because a 7 foot tall like this, I spent a little bit more money than I normally do on a tree, but it can start producing avocados this year because it's bigger and it's more established. I just have to make sure I give it the right nutrients in that, and so that it can have the nutrients it needs and the strength it needs to produce avocados this year. But if you have any questions or comments on avocados, I'm going to get closer to this here a second. You can see that right here. It's growing this little tiny bud out of the top of the tree. And then this one here. You have to plant several different ones because you don't want to just plant one seed, because one seed may not be valuable. It may not produce an avocado tree, or it may not grow. So if you do 2 or 3, then you're sure that you're going to have 1 or 2 that are going to grow at least. And as you can see, there's lots of different sizes, different shapes of avocados. This is one was grown in Florida and shipped here. It's quite a large avocado, as you can see from my hand size, how big it is. And then this is the Hass avocado, however you want to pronounce it. And those are the smaller ones, but those are the ones that most people are familiar with. Probably over 70% of the market is the Hass avocados. And those are the ones you buy at the store and you probably are most familiar with. The reason why it's good to have several different varieties, and I have 5 different varieties grown at my house. 3 of them are type A avocados, 2 of them are type B. The reed is a type A. The lamb Hass is a type A. The Zutano is a type B. And I've got in the ground Fuerte out front of the house. I've got a Fuerte in the ground that is type B, and I've got a Hass in the ground that's a type B. If you're going to have 2 different avocado trees, it's best to have a type A and a type B. The type A, the flower will open in the morning. The female flower will open in the morning, and then it closes up. And in the afternoon, the male flower opens. On the type B, it's just the opposite. The the male flower opens in the morning on type B, and then closes up, and then the female flower opens in the afternoon. So you have a male and female flower open at the same time. Also on avocados, if you have other trees in your yard, like I do, I have over 200 trees in my yard, different types. So with that many different types of trees, the bees are going to go to the flowers that are the sweetest. And the avocado flowers aren't as sweet as some of the other trees. So if you take a quart bottle, put a little bit of sugar or maybe honey into it, and you spray it on the leaves of the avocado tree, they're going to smell sweeter and possibly attract the bees a little bit more to them. Or you can get a real soft paintbrush and try to pollinate them yourself. But they will produce some avocados, but the more the bees pollinate them, the more you're going to get. And it depends on the variety. Now the reason you want more varieties also is because some avocados produce earlier season, some mid-season, and some late season. So by having several different varieties then of the avocados, then you can have avocados growing more a lot longer during the season. So you have avocados you can eat almost year round. And it does take several months for them to ripen. So you do have to be patient when your first ones start showing on your trees and that, because it'll take years to ripen. My cousin has a 9-foot tall Wilma avocado, and this is a pit from the Wilma avocado, and you can see even the seeds are different shapes on the shapes of the pits and everything like that, and different colors of pits on them. And this one was from a Hass avocado. This one here is from a Hass avocado, because it's easy to find the Hass avocados. I grew an avocado from one of these Florida Asian avocados pits, and I wish I had it to show for the video, but I actually sold it at I'm a member of the Arizona Rare Fruit Growers Association, and twice a year they have tree sales, and so I took that one to the sale, hoping I actually didn't want to sell it. I shouldn't have taken it to the sale, but it ended up selling one of the first trees that I sold there. And it's fun being a member of that group, because they teach us all about, you can talk to other people, their successes and failures, and learn different things. That's why I like to share different things I've learned about growing different types of trees. And having actually over 200 trees, 70 of them are in the ground and the rest are in pots like this. I've got some other trees over here that are growing in pots. But if you have any question about avocados or any other tree, or if you'd like to see a video on any particular type of tree, go ahead and put it in the comments. Hopefully if you like this video, you can give me a thumbs up on the thumbs up. Just click on the thumbs up button. And if you'd like to follow along and be a subscriber on my channel, you can hit the subscribe button, and if you hit the bell next to it, it'll actually alert you when I do another video. It does not cost anything to hit the subscribe button. It's just to subscribe to the channel so you can learn more about the things that I'm doing videos on. And I'm going to do a lot more videos on a lot of different type of trees. So go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, the subscribe button, and the bell. And I hope to see you on future videos. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.